Guys, so we are back again with another reading, and this one is all about your next blessing. What next thing in your life do you have to look forward to? The next good thing coming for you, a blessing that is just going to fall out of the sky right into your lap and improve your life and be a positive thing for you guys. So I'm really excited to get into that. And I also want to mention right off the bat that I do have my article that just came out with Agent Nature, and I talk all about my psychic work. It's a Q&A, an interview with me, and there's also a photo of me. So if you guys are curious what I look like behind the hands and the tarot cards, you can check that out. And I talk all about the psychic work I do, and yeah, there's a lot of info in there about psychic abilities and stuff like that. So it's really hopefully interesting, and I hope you guys will check it out. I love Agent. They're an amazing company that does such incredible non-toxic kind of luxury beauty products. So strong Venus energy, and I'm just so proud to work with them because I use them literally every day, and they are just the best of the best in like the organic non-toxic field. So check those products out if you guys are interested in purchasing one of those, and just read my Q&A if you want. So with that being said, today we have some lovely little cakes for you guys to choose from, and maybe one is already calling your name. If it is, you can feel free to skip ahead to that section, but I'm going to show you guys up close as well after the numbers. So this is going to be pile number 1, then we have number 2, number 3, and number 4. So this one is pile number 1. I think this is probably chocolate flavored. So it's got a little berry on top as well. Then we have number 2. This one is purple, so maybe it's grape flavored or like blackberry or something. Then we have pile number 3. This one is probably lemon flavored because it's yellow, so maybe it could also be like butter cake or something like that. And then we have pile number 3. This one is pink, so I'm guessing it's strawberry or maybe cherry or another berry flavor, maybe raspberry. But they all look super good. So if you guys need more time to decide, feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need to make up your mind. But we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so if you guys picked this cake, this is going to be your reading. I think it's probably chocolate flavored underneath these sprinkles or powdered sugar, whatever you want to call it. There's this beautiful heart-shaped whipped cream design and a little berry on top that I think is probably a cranberry or maybe some other kind of berry, I don't know, and a little wafer as well. So it's super tiny and cute. Just, it would be like bite-sized, perfect for like 2 bites and you'd be satisfied. But anyway, let's get right into your cards, guys. So you guys got the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Four of Cups. So, wow, I feel like a lot of you guys are coming into a period of success and abundance with the Empress coming through. Maybe career-wise, you guys are really going to be on top and have built something. I see you guys being pretty active with 2 Knight cards coming out. It seems like a lot of you guys have been putting your full weight into things. Like, I can feel this enthusiasm coming through. I can feel it really strongly. It feels like you guys have an abundance of energy, like you guys are pushing really hard and have been pushing hard on something, and it's really starting to come to fruition. I feel like there's stuff that you guys have been putting your energy to for a long time, and maybe some of you guys were like, okay, I've been working, when is this going to pay off? And I feel like you guys are coming into that moment when it's going to really pay off for you guys. I see that your energy levels don't seem to be dipping even though you are coming into Empress energy. It feels like you just keep having this energy flowing through you. I keep seeing an image of a gas pedal being pushed to the floor. You know how, like, I think they call it full throttle or something, like when you're just going full force towards something, like all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? Someone who's just pressing on that accelerator as hard as they can. And it feels like you guys just have this abundance of energy, like other things that other people might get tired doing and be like, okay, I can't work that hard. You guys just have this endless well of like, okay, I can do it. I can do it. You're pushing really hard on this. And I feel like you're going to start to see it break. It's kind of like I'm seeing an image of someone like trying to break down a door, and they've been pressing against the door with their shoulder, like throwing themselves against the door for like an hour. And everyone's like, what are you doing? That door's not going to break. And finally it breaks. And you guys know that there's something energetically where if you just keep trying, most of the time you're going to break through whatever it is. As much as people might think you're crazy at the beginning when that door isn't budging, they're going to see it when it finally bursts open. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is the payoff you guys have been wanting. And it doesn't feel like necessarily your work lets up. Like, I don't think y'all are in the Empress energy of just pure Venus, like just getting to chill all the time, because, the Empress is all about indulgence and luxury. And I don't see you guys being in the energy of just like, okay, I'm having a spa day and I'm just relaxing and chilling. Although that may be a part of your life, but then it's like the next day you're back to work. You know what I mean? But I feel like you guys really like that. I feel like this is a career level that you're like, okay, I've been wanting this. I have been waiting for this. I've been waiting to be busy like this. I've been waiting to have my schedule booked up. I've been waiting to have obligations like this, because it's like you recognize that these are a blessing. As much as sometimes other people might look at your schedule and be like, dang, that's tiring. You guys are knowing that there's this huge payoff for you guys. You guys know deeply that there are so many blessings coming in as a result of the work and as a result of the busyness and the schedule. And that those night cards really have boundless energy. It's not as young and youthful as the page, but it's kind of, in a way, I think more directed energy. You know what I mean? Like the page can be kind of young and reckless, and the knight is like, I'm going for it full force. I'm still young enough to have this energy, but I also have more direction in my head. Like, it's not just like the page where it's like you have this idea, but you're not really sure what to do with it, or it's your first time, and so you're kind of all over the place. The knight is like, I've been through the page energy, so I know how to direct it. And so there's a lot more wisdom coming in. And with the high priestess, I can see that you guys have gotten wisdom as well. It feels like you guys are more selective with your energy. Like, I feel like y'all have been working really hard on something for a really long time, but it's almost like at first you didn't know what to do. You didn't know how to apply it. You were just kind of like going full throttle, but it was like all over the place. Like, I'm seeing like someone going all over a map. You know how sometimes someone will post like their running schedule, or like, they'll post on like Facebook or on Instagram or something like, my run today. And sometimes I've seen a map and I'm like, what the heck kind of run is this? It's like a bunch of loop-de-loops going in the same direction. And I guess that counts just as much for a run. Like, if you're doing that, if you want to run around in circles like 8 times or take the same road and just like, then that's fine. But for most of us, when we have a goal, we're trying to get from point A to point B. And it feels like some of you guys, you were doing kind of circular stuff. You didn't know how to get to this point as strongly. And I feel like now there's a lot of wisdom for you guys. You guys have had time to reflect and see with the Four of Cups kind of what you're doing wrong and be like, okay, let me redirect that here. Or maybe I actually want to go there, because the Four of Cups can talk about like redirection, or being like, I'm not fully thrilled about this direction I'm going. I'm going to switch my energy here a little bit. But I feel like this feels very positive. It feels like with the Empress energy, you guys have the option to switch things up a little bit. If something isn't working for you, you have the option now to be like, I don't like that. So we got stillness, new beginnings, and inner peace. Wow. So interesting, because I feel like there's 2 messages coming through, the same message, but in different ways, in that one, you have the power to be more still, but also I feel that, again, I'm just getting the vibe that for a lot of you guys, your schedule is pretty packed, but like I said, you have the ability to redirect now. You have the ability to choose, like, I'm going to take that day off, or I'm going to switch this up. It feels like a lot of energy being directed, but very selectively. It doesn't feel like, I feel like at the beginning, some of you guys needed to learn to put up boundaries or something. You guys needed to learn to say no to certain things, or to be like, yeah, I'm not actually going to do that, or I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy for that. And it feels like now you guys have started to learn that lesson. Maybe you guys got Four of Swords for a while and you were needing to learn to get sleep. You were needing to learn that, like, okay, I don't have just a literally endless supply of energy. I may have more energy than the average person, but I still need to rest. I still need to take time for myself. And I feel like a lot of you guys have learned that lesson. So I feel like in some ways, even though now your schedule is really packed, you guys are balancing it better. Like, you guys are taking that day off. You guys are finding time to prune away the things you really didn't like. Because again, like I said, at the beginning, it seems like almost like going around in circles or repeating the same stuff. And it feels like you didn't even know how much this was taking away from your energy. Like, you guys were doing stuff that, yeah, maybe helped you a little bit, but wasn't really the best utility for your time. Like I took economics, and in economics they talk about utility versus cost. So basically summing that up really quick, because I think about this all the time as like a life principle. Cost of something is like the total price, and utility is the amount you get per dollar. So maybe something's a little bit more expensive, but if it's going to last for like 15 years longer, then it's actually a better utility. It's a better value, right? So if I pay $15 for something and it breaks tomorrow, then it's actually more expensive to me in a way than if I paid $100 and it lasts for 20 years, right? And I feel like you guys were making kind of bad choices with your time. Like I feel like a lot of you guys were in a cycle of doing stuff that really didn't pay off for you that well. And now you guys have so refined your brain, like to know exactly what works for you. And I feel like your manifestations are really speeding up. It feels like I'm hearing that Ariana Grande song, Seven Rings. I don't even know this song like at all, other than the lyrics. I want it, I got it. But Spirit brings that song up for me all the time. So it's like, I feel like, especially for my master manifestor. So I feel like for you guys, you are getting to a point where you're able to manifest whatever, and you're dropping off from some of the extra stuff you were doing that wasn't paying off. Now you're like, okay, I need to do this to manifest. I'm going to focus on that to manifest. You guys are not going around in circles doing the same ish over and over and screwing your life up. You guys are welcoming in these new beginnings, and I feel like it's really paying off. There's a lot of wisdom for you guys with the High Priestess as well. So I'm doing these all upright. We got freedom, family, courage, happiness. Yeah, a lot of you guys I feel like you guys are coming into a lot more blessings in your life. A lot of you guys have been on this path, and I'm getting a lot of uncertainty, like wondering if like, is this right for me? I don't know. Am I making the right decision? And I feel like there's this clarity that's coming, and there's this peace that like, I really am on the right path. And there's a lot more bravery with you guys about being open to like whatever comes in. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you've kind of been trapped in this cage. I don't know what this is. It's a general reading, but it's like maybe you've been afraid of other people's judgments, or you guys have felt like you had to conform to a very specific idea of you. And it's almost like that might have been what caused this. Because I keep seeing this map in my mind of like a runner. Because I'm like, is this a driving map? But the only time I've seen something posted like this is a running map. Sometimes people will post like my run today, and it's just going in loops, like the same track. And so I feel like for you guys, you were almost running around in circles. There was a lot of confusion, like mental, almost, I want to say self-sabotage, where you would like move ahead in your career and then you get scared, or you would do something and then you'd be like, oh my God, I don't know if it's right for me. And now it feels like a lot of that is falling away, and you guys are moving into a place of welcoming in these manifestations. And I feel like it brings you guys so much joy. Some of you guys might have had oppressive family. You might have had family members that, told you there was one way to live, and it was like, okay, I need to do things their way, and I need to fit into their mold. And if I don't, then I'm a loser, or then I'm not successful. And it feels like you guys just don't really care anymore. You're coming into Empress energy of like, I know what I want, I do what I want, and I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if you love it. I don't care if you hate it. I'm going to do me. And I feel like there's just so much bravery. I feel like for you guys, a lot of this glow up has been internal. Like it's like you were almost already aligned. What you guys were doing was already like high value. Like you guys were putting out a high value into the world, but internally there was a lot of doubt. There was a lot of almost self-sabotage or confusion, or like, I don't know if this is right for me. That was kind of holding back your manifestations. Like there was a lot of uncertainty, and kind of like, if you've ever had someone ask you out, but they do it in a really like weird way where they're not kind of sure, and they'll come up to you and be like, slide into your DMs, and instead of being like, hey, I'd really like to take you out on a date, they're like, hey, and you're like, hi, like, why are you messaging me? And then it's like, what are you up to? And you're like, I'm just cooking or something. And then they're like, oh, cool. oh, I'm doing this. And you're like, okay, why are you messaging me? Because I think you're asking me out, like, or you're leading up to that because you're just sliding into my DMs for no reason, but you don't have the bravery. You're not committing to like actually asking me out. Or you're asking me to do stuff that's like, hey, do you want to hang out? Or like, when can I see you? I hate that one. And it's like, do you want to ask me out or not? Like, are you wanting to ask me out on a date? Are you wanting to just hang out as pals? Are you looking for a pen pal? Because I don't know what the heck you're doing in my DMs, but it's not working. And I feel like that's kind of like you guys were doing this with your manifestations. Like you kind of wanted something, but you weren't sure. Then you were kind of scared, but you would go back and forth. And it feels like a lot of you guys are committed and it's finally blooming. It's finally like your energy is aligned. You're not scared anymore. You're not nervous about what's going to happen. You're like, I accept that this is the path. And I feel like that's where you get a lot of freedom because you stop caring so much what other people think. You guys stop being so nervous about what's going to happen if this pays off. Because I feel like there was a lot of internal fear about these blessings for some reason. And now it feels like it's wide open. And you guys aren't going around in circles anymore. You're heading directly for it. You're aligning with your path and staying on it. So we got breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand, desert passage, trust there's a divine plan, rejuvenating rain, clear the past, heal the present, and choosing your path, all is possible. So exciting. I feel like a lot of you guys, again, the path is being aligned. The path is a lot clearer for you guys now. There was cloudiness holding you back, almost like Neptune energy of like uncertainty and not really seeing things clearly and fog. And it feels like now you're like 100% certain about this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm aligned with. I know this is for me. And I think because of that, things are really opening up. And there's healing work also going on with some traumas from your past that really held you guys back. I keep getting fear of judgment from others. I keep getting, there was people in your past that you were thinking like they're going to think this about me if I do this, or people that would just stay on your mind and you were really worried about them. And it could be family, it could be friends, it could be all of the above, it could just be random people. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's fallen away. It's like the rain fell and cleared it. You know, I love the smell. And a lot of you guys mentioned this too. I love how aligned I am with all my followers. You guys are all kind of on the same page as me. And so many of you guys, when I did What's Your Favorite Season, so many people mentioned the rain. And I completely agree. I love the rain too. And I love the smell after the rain. I forget the name of it. It's called something. And I actually have like a perfume that's like just smelled like pure um it smells like pure rain, and there's like this certain scent that comes out of the earth after the rain because like when the earth gets wet it releases certain molecules in the grass and stuff like that. I forget the name, but it's just blanking on me right now. But I feel like that's what's coming to mind is like also if you live in an area with high pollution, that always the sky looks so much clearer after the rain. I feel like for some of you guys, you went through a kind of mini dark night of the soul where you guys were really questioning like, oh, should I do this? Is this right for me? And it feels like now you're like, I know it's 100% right for me. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, that's where we're going to see this big breakthrough. We're going to see this real positivity and stepping in this right direction. It doesn't feel like the work is fully over yet, but it feels like you guys know that this is what you want. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you know now that you're in God's hands and that it's kind of like Jesus take the wheel, which is what I always say. That song comes to mind because I think sometimes we try to steer our own path, but when we give it over to the divine and let God decide for us or the universe decide for us, that's when the magic really happens. But sometimes that can be scary. If you've like, I hate driving, period. I hate driving myself and I don't like driving with anyone else in the car either, like me being in the front seat. If I sit in the back seat, it's easier, like in an Uber or something, but I hate being in the front seat and one of my friends is like speeding down the highway. I'm like, oh, it's so nerve-wracking for me. It's so hard for me not to be like, slow down. But it just gives me anxiety. And I feel like sometimes that's us when like Jesus has taken the wheel. It's like, oh God, no, where are you going? Like you don't know where they're headed. You don't know what they're doing. And there's a lot of fear of like, oh my God, what's going to happen next. I read that a lot of people have phobias when it comes to flying in airplanes, which is funny because statistically speaking, it's one of the safest ways to travel. And it's because they theorize that it's because you don't have any control. So people feel more comfortable. Not me. I'm the opposite. I feel way more safe in a plane than a car. But most people feel safer in a plane or safer in a car just because they have control, even though there's a way like higher likelihood of them being safe in a plane. So my point is, like, I think sometimes when we're taking control, we feel better, even though God does a better job. And it's like, I feel like you guys have ceded control over to God and to the universe, and you're just letting Him decide. And I feel like that's when these big, huge blessings come in. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, if you've been working at something for a long time, this is a breakthrough. This is a moment of really seeing this abundance come in and your dreams manifest. And it's really like you guys are realizing that all is possible, that you guys can make happen whatever you guys want. If you guys have been, like, look at this guy, look how he's looking out over the earth. It's definitely 2 of Wands and 3 of Wands vibes, but he is looking out and, choosing his path and deciding how he wants to go through things. And it feels like you guys are at this kind of precipice, like looking out and deciding and fully committing to something. And it's like you've already been on the journey, but this is reaching a new level. This is reaching a new point of joy for you guys. So we also got full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. First quarter moon in Pisces. Honor your feelings. Last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. So it's interesting because moon in Pisces came up twice, and we actually have a new moon in Pisces happening in March, which is really just right around the corner. And we also had this full moon in Cancer like a month ago. So I feel like this is coming in very fast. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is going to be happening quick. And so this just feels like, yeah, it's coming in strong. It's coming in fast. If you guys have been working and it's not budging, I'm just seeing a door finally budge. Someone's like, throwing themselves against it, trying to open this locked door, and finally it's that final push. Or like if you guys have ever seen footage online of like a video of someone wrapping rubber bands around a watermelon, and they finally put that final rubber band around and then it just explodes. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Like you guys have been plugging away at this, working really hard, and boom, it just blows up. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's going to be a quickening. It's going to be an abundance moment. It's going to be a breakthrough moment for you guys, happening fast. Again, this is going to be happening. And again, it's a timeless reading. So if you're watching this in a year or a few months or 2 years, totally fine. And that would just mean that it's going to happen soon. Yeah, because I just think, and we are in Pisces season right now as I'm filming. We just entered Pisces season. So, I mean, definitely all the energy is pointing to something that would come in quick. So we also got, speaking of the 2 of Wands, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the Magician. Wow, final card being the Magician. That's crazy. So again, you guys are master manifestors. You guys are deciding what you guys want and making it happen. And I keep hearing the Ariana Grande line, I want it, I got it. And it just seems like whatever you guys want, you're going to make happen. I feel like you guys, with the 7 of Swords, there may be shady people around you guys that are looking at your success and not liking it and being jealous or whatever. But honestly, I feel like so many of you guys feel so wise. And, the Queen of Swords is very wise. She's not a pushover like some of the other queen cards could be. None of them are pushovers because they're all very wise. But, Queen of Swords is definitely that one that will look at you very incisively and deeply. And she's not a fool, because the Swords cards can talk about hardship, and kind of it's one of the more, I don't want to say hardship decks, but it's definitely got more cards that are kind of about difficult stuff. So it's like by the time you reach the Queen of Swords, you have been through the ringer. You have been through those 7 of Swords moments. You have experienced it before. It's not your first time at the rodeo, right? You're not just some wide-eyed, like, oh my God, everything's awesome. You guys have seen that people can be shady, or that people aren't going to like when you succeed. And maybe that's where that was holding you guys back. Maybe you felt or were aware of jealousy in your circles, in your family, in your friend group, and you were like, oh, I don't know about succeeding at this. People are going to be mad. And now you're like, I don't really care. They can be mad all day long. I know I'm divinely protected. So you guys are moving to Two of Wands and just planning yourself out and deciding what you want. And these people that were a big factor for you guys, I'm hearing a non-mother effing factor. That is a quote from Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives. I loved that moment, and it always comes to my mind for like people that you realize they're not so important. You know what I mean? Maybe they thought of themselves as important. Maybe they wanted to say shady stuff to you. Maybe they were really judgmental to you. Like, oh my God, you're doing that? I don't understand. Why would you do that? And it's like, you don't have to understand. That's the thing, is if you don't get it, you don't get it. And that's okay, because you don't need to. You're not a part of the manifestation. This is not your vision for your life. And I feel like you guys are realizing that some of the people that may have been really judgmental to you, they don't matter. And it's just so important to learn to block that out. And I feel like you guys have finally realized that. So if you guys have Seven of Swords energy, have shady haters and stuff, you're just not really caring. So let me get some final cards from this deck for you guys. So we got Joyful Muse, Inspiration, Deep Diver, Diving into a Task. Let's see what else. I know I'm a messy shuffler. I always get comments about that. What is coming in? What blessings are coming in for pile one? Pile one blessings. We got Eyes of the Eagle, Rising Above the Fray. Yeah, I feel like, I keep seeing maps, and I feel like that's the thing with the eagle, is you can see. Once you're at an eagle perspective, you can see with a bird's eye view. You're not going to be going around in circles, because you're like, oh, okay, I see things from up above, so I know exactly the route to take. And there's just so much more wisdom you guys have. And I feel like you guys are going to be working really hard on a lot of this. Like, again, I'm not seeing you guys just chilling back and relaxing and just eating bonbons, but I feel like you guys really like your life. And there's a lot of Venus energy despite that. There's like hard work energy, but Venus energy at the same time. And so, yeah, you guys are going to be really inspired to keep doing this. And with the Dust Devil moving out of stagnation, a lot of the blocks you guys have had, like I said, those closed doors are about to burst open, and people are going to be so shocked, because a lot of them probably were hating on you or being like, look at them, they're just not even, this is not going to work. And now they're going to see that it is working, and that you guys have committed, and the blessings are going to come in. So let me get some final astro dice for you guys. So we got the 12th house, Scorpio, and the moon. Oh my God, you guys have so much water energy coming into this deck. Like, all the other astrology cards were, we do have, other tarot, and we do have the Empress, which is Venus, but you guys have all these moon cards were like Cancer and Pisces, and then we have those again with the moon and with the 12th house, and then we have Scorpio again. So it's like super strong water energy. A lot of you guys might be water signs, but water is also about creativity. And with Joyful Muse, you guys may feel inspired to make art or make some kind of creative projects and stuff. But I also think that those water signs are so intuitive and psychic, and with the High Priestess coming through, you guys may be also very psychic, very intuitive, very getting like downloads from the universe. I just feel like for a lot of you guys, you're working very strongly with your guides, and we did get an angel on this card. So you guys may be strongly working with angels, but it feels like you guys are so spiritually plugged in. You're not resisting the plan that the universe has for you. You guys are going along with it. You have this deep trust in your guides, in your team on the other side. And I feel like that's really paying off. You guys are really going to benefit because of that, because like I said, you guys are letting Jesus take the wheel. And so there's a lot of wisdom coming through for you guys. So I think that's where your blessings are going to come in. These doors are opening because you're not resistant anymore. You're fully seeing, everything over to spirit and letting spirit take the wheel. And that's really when the blessings come in. So I think you guys are going to have some breakthrough moments. I think you guys are going to be much more aligned now. And a lot of this back and forth energy of like stop, start, that was supposed to work out. Okay, that didn't. Okay, let me go here. Let me try that. There's so much more clarity and so much more alignment. And it's just like, it feels like all the obstacles are being removed. So wow, what a beautiful reading, pile one. I'm excited for you guys. So let me know if it resonates in the comments. Also, make sure to leave this video a big thumbs up if it resonated. And also, you can check out the links in my bio. I also have my Adjunct Nitor article that I really love. So if you guys want to check that out, that link is in my bio as well. And you can see my face and everything. And yeah, also my Patreon, I have extra readings posted over there all the time. So check that out if you guys want to see that. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and make sure you're subscribed over here as well, of course, and turn on those notifications, and I'll see you next time. So yeah, have an amazing day, guys. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile two. So if you guys picked this cake, this is going to be your reading. I think this one is probably grape flavored underneath the powdered sugar or sprinkles, whatever you want to call these, because it is purple underneath them. It also has this beautiful dollop of whipped cream in the shape of a heart, and I think that's a little red grape on the top. And it's super cute. Also has this tiny little wafer. This one is kind of bite-sized, so it would be perfect for like an after dinner snack or a small little dessert, but it's absolutely adorable. But let's get into your cards, guys. So you guys got King of Cups, the Chariot, Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, and Nine of Pentacles. So I see a lot of you guys, first of all, coming into some abundance, a breakthrough moment with the Chariot. And I also feel like a lot of you guys are going to have some ideas kind of percolating around in your mind that could lead to a lot of abundance and success. So if you guys have felt kind of like you're not sure how to move forward in a certain situation, or you feel very stagnant in a certain situation and you're wondering how to proceed, I feel like you guys are going to have those answers come in. With the Page of Swords, that can talk about a really exciting new idea and also bringing a lot of enthusiasm. I see with the Chariot and with the Page of Swords that you guys are coming into this situation, whatever it is, with a ton of energy, a ton of enthusiasm, and I feel like that is going to pay off and lead to abundance with the Nine of Pentacles. I also feel like you guys are going to have a lot more kind of emotional stability. If you guys have been nervous, anxious, unsure of how to deal with a situation, maybe even depressed, I feel like that's going to kind of level off. I feel like you guys are coming into a period of a lot more happiness and, like I said, emotional stability, calmness. With the King of Cups, the King of Cups is so great at managing their situation, you know, at managing their emotions and feeling just kind of good and placid all the time. So I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe this mental clarity that you guys have gives you guys that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of calmness and kind of understanding of like, okay, it's going to work out. We got our solution. I don't need to be stressed. I don't need to be worried. I don't need to be anxious. I feel like some of you guys have been trying to mentally work through a problem with the Seven of Cups, that you may have been turning it over a lot in your mind and trying to find solutions and not sure. And now it feels like there's a breakthrough moment. I'm hearing the path appears. So maybe you guys have been unsure of how to proceed, and with the Chariot and the Page of Swords, you're just breaking through that energy. You're moving ahead. You know which way to head. You know which direction to go. And I feel like that is going to lead to a lot of luxury and abundance and financial success. Nine of Pentacles can talk about luxury and having an abundant kind of lifestyle, you know, just having a lot of money with the Nine of Pentacles. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is going to lead to financial abundance, financial success, and money coming in for you guys, and just a luxurious lifestyle. Sometimes it can be like maybe even you don't have a huge paycheck, but for some reason, you know, you have a lot of luxury around you. Maybe you have wealthy friends and they're like, hey, come with us. We'll pay for this trip and don't worry about it, or something like that. I don't know, but it feels like there is wealth and abundance coming in, and it is related to you guys having a lot of these solutions and this mental clarity that happens, and this emotional clarity also, like not feeling like you're at your wit's end, not feeling like you don't know which way to go and your emotions are all over the place. It's like whew, I can kind of breathe, I can relax. And so I don't know, I feel like some of you guys really have been struggling and stressed out, and that is about to change. So we also got illumination, going forward, adventures, and abundance. So wow, it's so funny because I do pull the cards, but then I like forget what they are before I start channeling. I just am channeling purely. So it's like I didn't remember that we had illumination and going forward. And I'm like, that's exactly what I said. I said the path appears. And this is literally a picture of the path and like the sun coming up. So maybe you were in the dark and you were, the path was there, but you couldn't see it. You were like, I don't know which way to go. And now it's like, oh, okay, I just got to go down that road. Okay, it's right there for me. Because I feel like there's action happening with you guys. I feel like you guys have this clarity that leads to action. It's not just like you're like, oh, okay, I guess that'll work. It's like you're like, okay, I need to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do it, taking the steps. Okay, one foot in front of the other, and you really start acting strongly upon it. Like you're not just thinking, oh, okay, that should work, and it's just like an idea in your head that you never take action on. I feel like you guys are having these ideas come in, but you're also approaching them with a lot of enthusiasm. You're moving towards them. These seem like actionable ideas. That's not just like, sometimes we get like a harebrained scheme or like, oh, that would be nice, but there's no way to make it happen. And it feels like for you with your guide, they're opening up a path. You guys are having this awareness of like, that'll work. That's what I should do. Okay, I know how to take that. You know how like, it's kind of like when someone wants to date you and they're just kind of like, oh, it would be nice to date them, and they don't ever do anything on it. Sometimes you're like, I know that person kind of has a crush on me, but they never message you, they never approach you. And then sometimes someone's like has a crush on you and they're instantly like asking you out in a really respectful way, being like, hi, I'd like to get dinner with you at this time, and would you be available? I would love to take you out. And it's like everything's on point, and it feels like that's your energy, where you're coming correct into this. You know that the ideas matter, but also the action you take matters. And I feel like you guys are going into this very boldly. You guys are going to have some kind of an idea that will lead to abundance, but it just doesn't just stay rattling around in your brain as some abstract concept of like, oh, that would be cool. It's like, you're like, okay, so step one, I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to work on it. Okay, I think I could tinker with this. Okay, so I have this time that I can work on it. Like it feels like you guys are really taking actionable, concrete steps and making things happen in reality. You know what I mean? In this physical realm, you're not just staying stuck in like the astral plane thinking on something over and over. And so I feel like you guys are really coming into a bold period. Again, I'm getting for some of you guys travel and like abundant, luxurious travel with the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you'll be invited on a trip or something. Maybe you guys will be invited to, stay at a hotel or whatever. And you might have the money for it, or someone else might pay for it. I don't know. But I feel like you guys are going to be having like an exciting life. You know what I mean? Like for some of you guys, maybe you had some kind of a trip on your vision board and now you can finally make it happen, and you're finally going to explore. But I feel like either way, whether you actually travel and stay at a hotel or it could be for some of you guys just moving forward in your life. Like sometimes, we can go on a trip that lasts a week, and that's always going to be exciting. And we always grow from travel, and there's so much beauty from that. There's so much beauty in this world. God made such a beautiful world for us, and it's always a good idea to explore it and take advantage. But sometimes it's like we can also travel in terms of like moving into another opportunity for us, moving into another life. Like maybe we're stuck in this life and we choose to consciously travel into another existence, maybe a more luxurious, abundant one. And that's going to last for a lifetime. It's not just going to be a trip that like, okay, it's over, bye, see you later, and that's ends. It's like when we can manifest a new life, a new destiny for ourselves, that can also be, in my opinion, kind of a form of travel, because we're kind of switching up timelines. We're kind of switching up destinies. Sometimes someone might have an idea of you of like, oh, you came from this background, or you grew up in this way, so you're supposed to have this kind of a life. It's not going to be that great, but that's kind of what you were born into. And you're like, no, actually, I'm booking a first class ticket for this kind of a life, and I'm actually going to travel to that kind of a financial situation. And it feels like a lot of you guys are doing that in multiple ways in this pile. Like, you're not settling for whatever a lot of people expected or put on you. But again, with illumination, I feel like a lot of this comes in the form of mental clarity of like, okay, I need to approach it this way. I need to head in that direction. And that's what's going to lead to this money paying off. That's what's going to lead to this financial windfall for a lot of you guys that you guys may have been trying to manifest and trying to make happen. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it is going to pay off. This path that you guys are heading on, it's going to lead to massive abundance and wealth for you guys. So we also got reconciliation, protection, beauty, and well-being. So a lot of you guys are going to be looking good. You guys are going to be exuding a lot of beauty. I feel like, you know, one of the things I associate with luxury is beauty products, like beautiful beauty products. And speaking of, I just did an interview with Agent Nature, which has the most luxurious Venus energy natural beauty products. Honestly, so gorgeous. I use their stuff like every day. So if you guys want to check that out, I'm going to put the link in my bio. So just mentioning that because I'm like, that's perfectly coming to mind for you guys because it's like a very high-end natural beauty line. And I feel like it's like, with Nine of Pentacles and abundance, you guys are kind of pampering yourselves. You know what I mean? You're not just settling for like, oh, there's like this cheap product and it's kind of bad for my skin and it's not actually doing that much, but whatever, it's like cheap and I can't really afford anything more. It's like you guys are coming into this stage of taking care of yourselves, feeling good, really looking after yourselves, really putting yourself in a Venus luxurious kind of vibe, knowing that you guys deserve the best, looking after your well-being. Maybe you guys will be doing like therapy or getting a massage, or it just feels like a time in your life when things are a little bit easier. You're not having to work so hard. You're not having to just push yourself to the point of exhaustion. It's like, even though you're going after these things with a lot of energy with the Chariot, you're also taking some time to relax, taking some time to bathe into that Venus energy. So maybe you're going out to dinner and spending time with friends, or maybe you guys are, you know, buying yourself that box of chocolates. It is Valentine's season, so all the stores still have those Valentine's chocolates, or maybe they're sold out now, but you know, it's never a bad time to order yourself a box of chocolates, right? You can always find a reason, find an excuse, but it seems like you guys are kind of pampering yourselves. It seems like you guys have come into an energy of knowing that you deserve to feel the best, knowing that you guys deserve to look after yourselves and to be in an abundant, beautiful energy. And I feel like that you know, compounds on itself. Sometimes people think of like, oh, this person's pampering themselves, what a waste of time. But actually that can lead you to feeling in your Venus energy. When you feel good, when you feel luxurious, and when you're treating yourself like you're a special, precious person, right? Like when you look after your skin with like the best products, or you know, decorate your home in a way that just makes you feel so good, that compounds on itself. That makes you feel happy, abundant, luxurious. And so more luxury and abundance can come into your life. So it seems like you guys have kind of figured this out and you're really making moves towards compounding this money. Like I'm seeing like double your money or double or nothing. Like it seems like you guys are just when you have the abundance flow in, you're very natural alchemists and you know how to kind of bring that even more, you know what I mean? So someone gives you $1, you know how to turn it into two. And part of this is your mindset of treating yourself well. And maybe some of you guys are at the point now where you're at the beginning of this path. You're not at the point where like you own a company and it's about to pay off. Maybe you're starting on this trajectory, but I feel like one way you guys will know that you're heading towards this abundance is when you get this urge to take care of yourself. When you're like, you know what, I want to do a face mask tonight and stay in, and I'm gonna give myself a foot massage, or I'm gonna, you know, pay for a full body massage, or I'm going to, you know, really get my nails done nicely, or really do my hair over the top or something. It just seems like you guys will know that you're on this path once you start really looking out for yourself and really treating yourself like the precious object you guys are. And with reconciliation, I feel like you guys may be having some friendships, having some fun vibes of people around you. You might be meeting new people that will put you in alignment with this Nine of Pentacles energy, or just make you feel really good, because friends keeps coming up for me. So we also got discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth, passion and pleasure, savor your life. fogged in, go slow, take time, and that's reversed, and first light, beginning a new cycle. So I think it's really interesting that we got fogged in, reversed, because I really feel like for a lot of you guys, you're getting so much clarity. And so it makes sense that fogged in, which is a card that came out, upside down, because it's like you may have been fogged in the past. You may have been really unclear of what steps to take and where to go and what you should do. And it feels like finally you're like, okay, the fog is clearing, the Neptune energy is leaving, and now we know what to do. It feels like for a lot of you guys, there may have been a lot of mental kind of blocks or just not being sure. And you know what is coming to mind is that all these planets that were retrograde are now going direct. So like all planets are direct right now. And so it makes a lot of sense. With Mercury retrograde, Mercury affects our thinking. And so for some of you guys, you might have been very unclear, like just on a logical mindset of where to go. You know what I mean? And also Venus retrograde can indicate, confusion when it comes to love or when it comes to money and luxury and stuff. But now those are all direct. So now it's like wide open. Things that were kind of blocked in the past or where you weren't sure which way to head, now it's like, okay, I know which way to go. So yeah, I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is that mental clarity that's going to be such a blessing and lead to success. And with discovering truth, it's like, that can be discovering truths about our life. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, someone was lying to you. It can be like, you know what? That's what I'm good at. That could lead to a lot of money. I have this gift and I haven't been using it in the right way. And you know what? I could totally do something with it. I could do this with it. And it just seems like there's so much mental awareness. But I also feel like with passion and pleasure, savor your life. Honestly, for you guys, I'm getting for a lot of you guys, you may be going out, you may be partying, or you may just be spending time with friends, or maybe even spending time alone. But it's like you're pampering yourselves a little bit. You guys may be cooking for yourself and making really delicious, healthy, abundant meals. Like, lately I've been so into baking for some reason, which I never do. And y'all know I'm gluten-free, so it's hard to bake gluten-free and make it turn out good, but I finally mastered it and now I'm obsessed. And so I've been making myself little healthy kind of baked goods, like healthier, sugar-free blueberry muffins and stuff that are also gluten-free, so almond flour and stuff. But yeah, so, and I use monk fruit and stuff. But I feel like you guys will be, doing stuff that really makes you feel good, that makes you feel kind of loved and healthy and beautiful. And I think you guys are, like, again, pampering and just coming into Nine of Pentacles, like the good life. And that's what's coming to mind. I love that song, Good Life, with Kanye West and T-Pain. Oh my God, one of my favorite songs is Good Life. And that has the line that I always say to you guys that comes to mind so much, which is, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. But that song is just a celebration of like having like a great life that you're enjoying so much, that just makes you feel really good. And I feel like that's what's coming in for you guys, is just maybe leading into this spring. It's going to be a spring of going out. If you've been in hermit mode for whatever reason, maybe you're going to be opening up and your schedule is going to be busy and you're going to be having fun with people. But it just seems like you're enjoying yourself more. You're coming into really taking care of yourselves, looking after yourselves, knowing that you deserve to feel good, knowing that you weren't put in this lifetime to just suffer and just, drift through life, not accomplishing anything. You were put into this life to have a beautiful life. And I think Taurus energy understands this so well, because it's all about, it's like God didn't have to make this world so beautiful. God didn't have to make the colors of the sunset so beautifully vibrant and make mountains and streams and deserts that just take our breath away with their beauty and just make us like in awe. And to me, that's all Taurus energy, because it's Venus combined with Earth. So it's like appreciation of kind of the earthy things in life, actually Mother Earth and other things. Also luxury, also like a beautifully painted painting or a beautiful tapestry or a beautifully made cake or something like that, that just reminds us that we were put in a human body to actually experience life as a human. It wasn't like we're just spiritual beings that are just supposed to be drifting around on the astral plane. We're also supposed to be experiencing life from a down-to-earth perspective of like, oh my gosh, that feels really good, or that tastes really good, or that sounds so good, or oh, that's so beautiful to look at. Those things are important. Sometimes I think in the spiritual community we can be like, oh, it's not important, or we say stuff like, oh, you're just in a flesh suit, which I know some people like that phrase, and I get it, but for me, I'm like, but the body is a part of it, you know. Part of it is like living in these beautiful bodies we were given and feeling, you know, the feeling of like silk sheets against your skin, or feeling, you know, the way a hairbrush glides through your hair, and feeling, you know, the way someone you love, the way their hand feels against yours, or feeling the beautiful flavor of the most perfectly made cupcake or whatever meal or that you want to eat. You know, maybe it's a steak or something if you're not into sugar, but tasting things and feeling things with our five senses is also important. And I feel like you guys are going to be doing that, if that makes sense. So we also got full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. New moon in Leo, shine. And full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. So 2 fire signs and then 2 earth signs, and Capricorn is very earthy, and I've been talking about that earth energy. So I really think for you guys, appreciating the realities of this earth is really going to be a blessing for you guys. But with these fire signs coming in, and especially the image on that card of the ram, I feel like you guys are going to be moving forward strongly, stepping into this new destiny. For some of you guys, with the new moon in Leo, you might be on point with like your looks, with your fashion. You might be going out and feeling good and getting your hair done and getting your makeup done or your nails done, or, you know, investing in yourself and how you look. And it may be a really exciting time of going out, of meeting new people, of being in kind of a glamorous vibe with a lot of people looking at you and a lot of people paying attention to you. It may be something where you guys may have been kind of stuck inside for a while and not going out, and suddenly it's like you're ready to be seen, you're ready for a night out on the town, you're ready to meet your people and have fun and enjoy. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is stepping into it strongly. This is about fire energy, which is so enthusiastic. I love that about fire energy. It moves into things with full enthusiasm. It's never like lukewarm, like I don't know about that. It's always like, yes, I want to do that, or no, I don't want to do that. And so I feel like for you guys, there's going to be this new enthusiasm. Again, I'm getting some of you guys may have been depressed or anxious or having a lot of mental kind of, I don't know, boredom with life, or just kind of wishy-washy, like, oh, I don't know which way to go, I'm just not sure. And now it's like, okay, I know exactly what I want to do. I'm so into it. I'm so in love with this life. And there's just a lot more happiness for you guys. But also with Capricorn, Capricorn can talk about really hard work. And again, I'm getting for a lot of you guys, you're doing a lot of hard work. You guys are embracing this new opportunity that comes towards you. It's not like you're just going to be kind of keeping it in your an idea in your head where you're just thinking about, oh, that could kind of work. That could be kind of cool. You guys are stepping into it strongly, and you're putting in the work behind it. You're taking those active steps to make it happen. You're not just thinking abstractly about like, yeah, that's a kind of cool idea. If you guys have been in the past doing that, or that has been a past energy for you where you've had ideas enter your mind, but you weren't sure what to do with them, I feel like you guys are going to get clarity on like, this is how you make it happen. This is the path to take. This is how to move ahead. And once you guys get that vibe, I feel like you guys are going to move into it strongly, and things are going to happen really quick. It's going to move in fast. This is like all gas, no brakes type of energy. This is heading into it with full enthusiasm and knowing what you want. So let's get more cards, some final cards for you guys. So we got the Moon, 4 of Cups, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, like I said, very fiery, going for it type of energy, coming into things, knowing that that's what you want and moving towards it really strongly. If you guys have been in Moon, 4 of Cups energy where you're kind of not sure what to do and you haven't been feeling really contented, you haven't been excited about things, that's going to shift and move into this Magician, Queen of Wands energy where you can really finally make whatever you want to happen happen. You guys are coming into it knowing what you want, being determined, going for it. And yeah, I feel like, you know, the moon card is also related to Pisces, and it's kind of related to Cancer as well. A lot of you guys are just going to have this emotional clarity and stuff because those are both water signs. So for a lot of you guys, your emotions were all over the place for a while, and you may have been, like I said, depressed or just upset, and it feels like things really stabilize and you come into a really good place emotionally. And I also feel like with the Magician being ruled by Mercury, a lot of this comes in the form of mental clarity. A lot of your tension in your life and emotional kind of turmoil was caused by being confused about what path to take and kind of the stress from that. So I feel like a lot of that becomes a lot calmer, and you guys know what it is you're supposed to where it is you're supposed to head, and that gives you just a better emotional and mental state. So yeah, it just seems like once you guys figure it out, it's like, oof, okay, this thing isn't on my mind anymore. So let's get some astro dice for you guys. So we got what is that? Oh, it just spun around. I think that was the first house. Yep. And then we got Sagittarius, and then we got the node. So another two fire signs that is ruled by Aries. The first house is related to Aries, and then also Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. So again, you guys are going to be coming in hot to whatever this is. You guys are going to be coming in with enthusiasm, with a lot of energy. You know, like I said, all gas, no brakes. And I also feel like with the node, this may be a destiny moment for you guys. This may be you finally figuring out what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. This may be something that sets you up with your future in a really powerful way and makes you realize where you're supposed to head. Because I feel like, yeah, there was so much confusion earlier, and now we have this clarity, and it's almost like a new start is what I'm hearing, because you know, the first house can talk about newness, something very fresh coming in. And Sagittarius is also related to philosophy. It's related to Jupiter, aka expansion and money and wealth. So it's like, I feel like this is very connected to your mind, to your intellect, but also to money and to how to actually make it happen in a concrete way, not just an abstract way. It feels like you guys are finally having stuff come in for your life that you've been very confused about for a really long time. And I'm going to also pull cards from this deck because I feel called to. So we got Jeweled Web, Connectivity. What blessings are coming in for pile 2? Let's see. Lost in space, needing direction. Exactly. You guys are going to get some direction. Dragon's Horde, protecting the future. So this is going to pay off for your future, you guys. This is really going to be a blessing for you guys that will pay off, I feel like, down the road. Oh my God. I love when the cards come out and they're just like exactly what I've been channeling. It's just nice to get that confirmation. So we got Me Talks, and I was telling you guys about self-care, and now we got someone chilling in a bubble bath, you know, maybe doing that face mask, but that's definitely a self-care activity. I didn't mention it, but a spiritual bath is always a great idea for self-care. And then, like I said, you might be going out and gaining some friends and spending time with people. And we got the power of community gathering around. So I feel like if you guys get invited to stuff during this time, definitely take it, because that can, you know, that could be related to your future. Sometimes things can come in unexpected ways. You might not expect to get a promotion through like friends, but you might be able to, you know, that might pay off really well for you. So I feel like you guys are going to be having all these blessings coming in from so many different directions, and it's just going to make you feel so good. I'm excited for you guys to have this mental clarity, this emotional clarity, and this happiness and joy that wants to come in for you guys. So let me know if it resonated in the comments, you guys, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up as well. And I also want to mention again my Adjent Natur Q&A interview that I did with them. I'm going to put the link in my bio, but if you guys want to see what I look like, you can check that out. And also check out their products, which are so amazing. I use them every day, and honestly, it's incredible. And talk about Venus energy. This is a great self-care idea for you guys, some of their products. But anyway, also check out my Patreon. Link is in my bio for that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Make sure you're subscribed over here as well. I am sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care of yourselves, guys. See you next time. Bye. Hey, pile three. So, if you guys picked this cake, this is going to be your reading. I think this one is probably lemon flavored because it's yellow underneath all the powdered sugar or sprinkles, whatever you want to call them. And there is this cute little berry decorating the top, as well as this frosting in the shape of a heart and a tiny little wafer. So, these are bite sized, so they definitely look perfect for like an after dinner small snack or just something small to kind of cleanse the palate. So they look so good, but let's get right into your cards, guys. So you guys got Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So a lot of wand energy, fire energy coming through. And I feel like for some of you guys, honestly, you're going to be very attractive during this time, attractive to a lot of things. A lot of you guys are going to maybe have romantic offers presented towards you with the Four of Wands, and you're just going to be looking good, looking sexy with the Queen of Wands. I also feel like something about the Queen of Wands that I love is she goes towards things with a lot of energy, and you guys seem like you have that. If you guys have been trying to make plans, it seems like they kind of really come into, they kind of coalesce. Maybe you have been unclear of which route to take and you're not sure, what path to go on, and now it's like you have an idea of that. I feel like for some of you guys, this might be a new business. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles can indicate a new relationship or a new business, a new way of making money. It feels like a lot of you guys are going to get clarity on some of these things. If you guys have been wanting a new business or wanting to have a new source of income or leave something behind, maybe with the Ten of Wands, you guys have been feeling overwhelmed at work or just with the level of busyness in your life. And maybe this Ace of Pentacles is coming in to kind of take the pressure off. Like, it might be a side hustle that you really enjoy and helps you make money in a way that like fulfills you, or a new job or something like that. So a new way of making money that isn't so much of a burden. I do feel like you guys may be a little bit busy with the Ten of Wands. If that's your current energy, you might be feeling busy, but it's like, again, with the Ten of Wands, that, that comes after we've achieved something. So sometimes we can feel like, oh my gosh, it's so much work, but it's like, this is a 10 card. It is a culmination moment. It is that, achievement that has taken a long time to earn. So it's busyness that is a result of being at the top of the hierarchy. It's not just busyness of like, just you're running around at the bottom of the totem pole. It's like busyness that you may have dreamt of being that busy at one point of time. You may have been like, oh, I wish I had a schedule like that, or that person is doing so much, and now you're that person that people are looking at as like, wow, they've accomplished a lot. So, with great power comes great responsibility, and with a lot of abundance and success also comes a lot of busyness and stuff on our plate. So I feel like you guys may be a little bit busy during this time, but I feel like a lot of you guys enjoy it. And with the Four of Wands, that's such a celebratory, happy card. So it feels like this is a really good time. You guys might be going to like a celebration, like a wedding or a big party, or going out and partying with friends or something. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be seen with the Queen of Wands. People may be noticing you and how attractive you guys are. And again, a sexiness, a sex appeal that you guys are exuding. People are looking at you like, ooh, they look really good. Dang, they look pretty sexy. So you guys are attracting a lot of attention during this time. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is just a fun, exciting time. There's a lot of excitement happening here. There's a lot of forward momentum in the right direction. So let's get more cards. So we also got transformation, wisdom, standstill, and inner peace. So maybe you guys are coming out of this Ten of Wands energy. Maybe you have felt really burdened, and now it's like you get to take a little bit of a break with the standstill and inner peace energy. It might be that you have been like rushing around, schedule stacked, not getting a lot of sleep, super busy, trying to make things happen, but it's been hard to balance everything. And now it's like, okay, I can take a break. I can relax a little bit. Things are clearing out. I do feel like for some of you guys, you are leaving something behind. Like if you guys were at a job that was kind of toxic and you were super busy and managing 50 million things and you were kind of losing your mind with stress, that is coming to a close. That is coming to an end. There is going to be a breakthrough moment of like, okay, I don't have to be this busy all the time. I don't have to have my schedule this out of control. There becomes a lot more balance for you guys, and things seem to be taking a little bit of a break in that area. So even though I feel like you guys will have energy, it doesn't feel like you're as burdened by it. It doesn't seem like your schedule is driving you into the ground. Maybe you just naturally have more energy, or you've adapted yourself to this schedule, or you've figured out a way to balance it. Maybe like you guys are doing just as much, but you have different boundaries. Like you're like, okay, I'm not working after 6 p.m. or I'm not, I'm not doing I'm not working through my lunch hour. I'm taking that lunch. And even though you're getting just as much done, it's like you have a better balance. Things are easier for you to manage in this way, or you're like, you know what? I'm a night owl. And so I'm actually going to move my day to start at like 11 p.m. That's kind of late. 11 a.m. instead of starting it at 5 a.m. You know what I mean? And it's just a better balance for you. And you're not as stressed and overwhelmed with whatever you've got going on. And you're emotionally better equipped with the Ace of Cups. Like that's just something where, your emotions are really well managed. And I feel like if you guys get the urge to start this business or move forward in this way, I would say take the opportunity, because Ace cards can really talk about success, that something is going to pay off. Maybe not right now, because again, Ace is like the beginning, but eventually it will. And so, it feels like these new things that come in are going to pay off in a really positive way, and you guys are going to be really happy with how they all turn out. You guys might be getting wisdom as to how exactly you're supposed to approach this. You might be getting information about, that's the best route to do it. And maybe you were trying to make it work in some other way, but now you have this clarity, you have this understanding that that is the correct way to go about it. And it feels like there's just this kind of breakthrough moment happening for you guys where, something new comes in, new things come in, and you guys are very invigorated by it. You have a lot of energy for it. You've been looking for this clarity, and now you kind of see how it's going to happen. So we got travel, strength, spirit guide, commitment, and trust. So I really do feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be having new relationships with commitment. Again, you guys are going to be looking good. And with the Four of Wands, that can also talk about serious commitment, like a marriage or a wedding. Maybe you guys are going to be attending a wedding and it's your own. Because I said some of you guys are going to be going to a social event. Maybe it's your own engagement party or something like that. But it feels like some of you guys are going to be meeting your person. Some of you guys are going to be having a romantic relationship come in, if that's something you guys have been wanting. Again, you guys are in Queen of Wands energy right now, so you're very charismatic, you're very magnetic, you're very attractive. And when you're attractive, you're literally attracting in, you're pulling in. And I feel like a lot of people are going to have you on their mind. The Strength card is such a beautiful woman in this deck. She's, a beautiful woman on the tarot as well, but I feel like especially in this deck, they made her face so pretty. And so I feel like a lot of you guys also on the Spirit Guide deck, she's also really beautiful. And so it's I feel like you guys are just going to be looking really good. People are going to be noticing that you look glowed up. And both these women honestly appear to be glowing. If you look at their faces, they're both kind of magnetizing out light energy. You know what I mean? They just seem like they have a weird glow on them. If they were being photographed, it would be with a ring light, because they're just, there's so much light shining out of them. And so I feel like you guys are going to be glowing a little bit. You guys are going to be attractive. People are going to be noticing that. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you need to hear this message to trust, to understand that this kind of process that you guys are going through takes time. I feel like a lot of you guys have felt kind of lost in the wilderness. I'm hearing Lost in the World by Kanye West. And I love that song. And it's I feel like you guys are going to come out of this. You guys are going to know and have clarity as to which way to go. If you guys have been feeling it feels like some of you guys have been feeling really on edge. I'm seeing a frayed edge of a shirt that was put in the washer machine bad. And now the edges are all frayed off or something. I don't know, but it feels like you guys have been at loose ends. You guys have been trying to make stuff happen, but very confused. And I feel like you're going to feel a lot better. Some of you guys are going to be leaving behind these situations. I feel like some of you guys are in really draining situations, to be honest, that have really been taking away your energy, like something that you're like, oh, oh my God, this is so hard that I have to deal with this person or that I have to deal with this situation. And I feel like those are going to be leaving your life and you guys are going to be moving on to something else, because this travel card reminds me always of the Six of Swords. Some of you guys are going to be actually traveling though. Maybe you will be going to like a foreign destination or a cool hotel or a cool location. But I also feel like for some of you guys, this is Six of Swords energy. This is saying goodbye to dysfunctional energy that doesn't work for you anymore. And you're like, when is this going to be removed from my life? Why do I have to deal with this? And it's finally going to be removed, and you're going to become able to be an Ace of Cups energy with your cup overflowing and feeling joyful and feeling happy and feeling abundant with the Ace of Pentacles. So if you guys have felt really stuck and stagnant, it's going to move out of it, and you're going to say hasta la vista to whatever this is that's been bringing you down and making you feel bad. I feel like your spirit guides really want you guys to know that they're with you. And sometimes when we go, I think we grow the most during the hard times. And it's hard to say that because none of us want to go through the hard times. We all want it to be good and happy and joyful all the time. But the reality is that sometimes when we're in that energy, we can get stagnant, we can get complacent. It's like, why change if everything in your life is easy? You know what I mean? Why grow if we never have any hardship? Like there's no point, right? Like, you know, most people, if they didn't have to wake up and go to a job that they get paid for, they wouldn't work, right? They would just chill or just sit around and watch TV, and that wouldn't be an exciting life. So I feel like, you know, you guys may be questioning, like, why did I have to go through this? And it's like your guides want you to trust. They want you to know that they are strongly around you. If you guys have been feeling abandoned or feeling like they're not with you and like there's no one there and you're just on this on your own, they're like, oh my God, you don't even know how much work we've been doing behind the scenes. And I feel like they just want to wrap you guys up in a hug. I'm seeing someone being enveloped in this big hug. And I feel like it's like, don't worry, because your breakthrough moment is coming. I think you guys should claim it, you know, say out loud, like, my breakthrough is here, or my breakthrough is coming, or, you know, I have so much abundance, or something like that, because it's like, some of you guys have had to deal with really difficult people that have been bringing you down and really emotionally like kind of hurting you guys. And so your guides want you to know that that is not a permanent situation, that it is going to end, and you're going to come into this happiness and this joyfulness and this empowerment energy, because the Queen of Wands is so empowered and so, you know, strong-willed and confident in herself and knows her own worth. And so you guys are going to be moving into that. And I think that's going to be such a beautiful time for you guys. So I had to turn on my lights, but yeah, I feel like another thing that is coming through for you guys is that you guys are going to have so much more energy. Like the Queen of Wands is so exuberant and also very sociable, and also someone that just, you know, is full of life, very active, very energetic. And if you have been feeling stagnant, or like you've been so busy at work that you haven't had energy to direct elsewhere, maybe you're like, I haven't worked out in 5 months because I'm so busy, or I haven't seen my friends and gone out for a margarita in 5 months because I'm so busy and overwhelmed. Well, that is going to change. You guys are going to have the energy and the time to do all that. So again, social life might be very on point during this time. Maybe you'll be traveling with friends or meeting people or going out and flirting, because the Queen of Wands loves to flirt. She's very charming. So yeah, this is going to be exciting. You guys are kind of going to be the center of attention during this time. So we also got surrendering to the journey, release control, grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Vast vistas, expand your horizons. Infinite abundance, abundance is pouring into your life. And these two flew out at the end. More cards than the other piles got, but transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. So again, there's going to be expansion in your mind. There's going to be mental clarity. Like I feel like you guys have felt very stuck, like things haven't been fun, like things have been very stagnant, and it's like suddenly a lot of change is going to be happening. I feel like things are going to change quick, and you guys are going to be very grateful for this change. And, you know, grace and gratitude to me reminds me of kind of like Taurus, luxury, beauty energy. So I feel like you guys might have a lot of, you know, luxury coming in and beauty coming in, and you might just be radiating like, oh, this person looks so good. This person, you know, again, just is looking very sexy. Like people are looking at you and thinking like, oh wow, this person, makeup on point, hair on point, just everything on point. And I feel like it's going to pay off with money for a lot of you guys. You're going to have these ideas of how to make money happen, how to bring extra sources of income into your life, and things are going to be changing. Maybe for some of you guys, you're actually traveling with vast vistas. You could be moving, or you could be traveling a lot this summer or this spring, or if you guys have been wanting to make a trip, maybe it happens and it's really transformative. But I really feel like a lot of you guys, you're moving out of this stagnancy, you're moving out of this pain that you guys have been in, and you're feeling yourselves and you're taking part more in life. Like it feels like before, you guys may have been that person that when your friends ask you to go out, you're like, oh no, I can't, I have to go to work. And maybe that was the truth, but maybe now you're, I'm going to make that time, and I'm actually going to make that boundary with work that like, no, I have to leave at this time because I need to see my friends and I don't have time to, pull a double shift or whatever. So I feel that you're going to be making time for yourself and starting to prioritize what you guys need to do to make yourselves feel good, and realizing how important that is. So we got first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. Last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. And last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. So 3 last quarter moons. And the last quarter moons really talk about kind of leaving things behind, right? Getting rid of things, like letting them go. And so I feel like for you guys, you're going to be releasing some stuff. Some of you guys are going to be leaving behind a work situation, leaving behind friendships that don't serve you, or relationships where people don't want to see you empowered. And you're going to be stepping into your power. You're going to be like, I am that person. I'm not going to say the word because I don't think I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, but I am that witch. You know what I mean? I know how much I'm worth. I think so much of the time, like we get into relationships with people that don't actually want to see us shine. And sometimes those can be relationships from our past, and people aren't comfortable with us changing. Like people aren't comfortable with suddenly someone being super empowered and having lots of money and having lots of abundance and wealth. They want to see us stuck in that same energy, stuck in the past, not in our highest self. That's where they feel comfortable, right? Because they feel threatened when we're completely glowed up and we're completely excited about ourselves and we know our own worth. They're like, wait a minute, what room is there for me in their life? So they can, even if they're doing it unintentionally, sometimes it is intentional. Sometimes maybe they don't know they're doing it, but they don't want to see us in Empress energy. They don't want to see us in Queen of Wands energy, fully knowing our worth, fully feeling ourselves. And so I think you guys are going to start reflecting on this and really changing that. And some of you guys just need to acknowledge these feelings and actually process them, because you might be like, why am I so frazzled? Or why do I just feel bad around this person? But you don't want to actually reflect and take it in and acknowledge what's going on. And I feel like once you guys make these changes, the blessings really come in. So we also got 7 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Justice, 10 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, if you have been wanting that romantic partner, you might be meeting them with the 10 of Cups. You might be meeting someone that could even lead to family. Or if you guys already have a family, maybe you'll be spending more time with them. It seems like there's a lot more emotional balance, and there's a balance scales on the Justice card. So it does talk about having balance. And I feel like you guys, maybe certain people in your life haven't been treating you well and they need karma, and they're going to get smacked down by karma, as I always say. They might be having some of their comeuppance from spirit of like, we know you've been hating in secret. Maybe you thought that this person didn't notice, but we noticed, your guides noticed and stuff. And they are, taking care of business right now. They are not happy about some of these people or some of these situations being in your life with people that don't respect you, don't treat you that well, don't have your best interest at heart, and maybe using you, or kind of, I don't want to say maybe taking advantage, or like they benefit from you not having strong boundaries. And so some of these people are going to be removed and are going to get karma. And I feel like a lot of you guys with the Page of Swords, you may be having new ideas come in, things that could really benefit you. And it seems like you're stepping towards them with so much enthusiasm. And with the 7 of Pentacles, it may be stuff that you have to work hard on, put your work in. But with the 9 of Pentacles, it is going to pay off and give you a lot of abundance, a lot of of luxury, independence, and it's going to pay off. So pay attention to these ideas that come into your mind, and also make sure you're respecting your schedule. Like I said, I think some of you guys have spirit guides that want you guys to take it a little bit easier. You have been working really hard, working your tail off, and I can see that, but they want you guys to take some time for yourself and really, spend some time enjoying life, and not just, life is not just about being in pentacle energy. It's not just about working hard. It's also about enjoyment. It's about wand energy. It's about fun. It's about Queen of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. So take that time to enjoy yourself. So let's also get some astro dice. So we got the nodes, fourth house, and Pisces. So fourth house is ruled by Cancer, and it is about the home and about family as well. Maybe you guys, if you do have a family, are spending more time with your family and actually taking that time out to enjoy your family members and to figure out what makes you feel good. Cancer is also all about the home. So maybe you're actually spending more time at home, enjoying, laying in bed, eating your favorite foods and just kind of puttering around the house. And having just more of a schedule where you can actually enjoy life. And Pisces is also very dreamy and homey. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and it's all about imagination and psychic abilities as well. And whenever a Pisces gets overwhelmed, because it is the fish, it tends to just swim away from a situation, which can be bad sometimes when they're like neglecting to do their taxes or something. But sometimes you got to do it, right? Sometimes Pisces is known as one of the kind of ghosts of the zodiac, because like if they don't like something, they'll just bounce. And I think, as sometimes that can be bad, but a lot of times we do need to do that. Sometimes it's like people feel so obligated to stick with something, like, oh, I made this commitment, I gotta stick it out. But it's like, if it's really not working for you and it's not making you feel good, then it might be time to just swim away. That's why, again, Pisces is the fish. So if it doesn't like a certain situation, it will just swim to somewhere else. And that's why, it's one of the most free signs in the zodiac. It's very hard to lock down a Pisces, because if they don't like something going on, they have no problem just extricating themselves. You probably won't even know they're extricating. They just will just kind of ghost or just like drift away. And maybe that's what you guys are going to have to do, is just realize that if it ain't working, it ain't working, and it's time to find something that does. And this may be a big destiny moment for you with the nodes coming in. It may be something that really moves you into your destiny, and something that you have been fated to do, something that is really deep in your heart that you're supposed to move into, and maybe you haven't been able to for whatever reason. And so let's also get some final astrology, or not astrology, let's get some final oracle cards for you guys. Okay, that one really wanted to come out. Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation, Beloved, Radical Acceptance, Caterpillar, Opportunity, Repairing the Veil, Forgiveness. Okay. And finally, Lost Compass, Getting Back to Integrity. Let me get one more actually. Crown Games, Right Use of Power. So there may have been people that have been trying to play power games with you, trying to use you, and they don't want you to have an ego, but not in a bad way of an ego. They don't want you to feel good about yourselves. And this is about you guys kind of stepping into your power. I feel like you guys are going to have an opportunity, some of you guys offer to you, of something that is really going to be great and lead you guys to a lot of abundance. And it's almost like some of you guys may have not been in integrity to try to make it work with these people. Maybe you have a boss that's really difficult, and you really know that like the way they're acting is not acceptable, but you don't feel comfortable standing up even for yourself, let alone others. You don't feel comfortable being like, hey, the way you spoke to that person was really not cool, or don't talk to me like that. And even though, maybe you feel like, well, I'm not hurting anyone, it's like you're hurting yourself. And Spirit and God cares about you too. You're not just like some random person that they're not interested in. You know what I mean? They do care about your feelings, how you react, how you feel about a certain situation. So if you guys are allowing yourselves to be treated badly, don't feel like there's any virtue in that. And part of this, I think, is about putting up boundaries and stepping into your own power. And I feel like when that happens, you're going to see these opportunities. You're going to see Ace of Pentacles energy. You're going to see chances for you guys to step into a Crown energy and Queen of Wands energy. You're just going to have to do a little bit of repairing, maybe resting up a little after some of this exhausted energy. And part of this is about you guys not allowing anyone in your life who's not going to treat you like the beautiful, precious jewel you guys are. With Beloved Radical Acceptance, it's about accepting yourself. I don't know who made you guys feel like you're not this incredible, special, beautiful angel, but it's about reminding yourself of who you are, how special you are, what you bring to this world, your incredible power, and not tolerating anyone else that makes you move away from that, or makes you feel like you're not that great, or makes you feel like you're average. That is so not acceptable. You guys are not average at all. You guys are incredible, amazing. And this is about understanding that and reminding yourself of who the F you are, and pruning and getting rid of the people that don't let you feel that way. So I see empowerment in your guys' future. I see you guys coming into these blessings that are going to make you money, and having this clarity on who needs to be kicked out of your life and who gets to stay, and really getting to enjoy this time of yourself. I really keep hearing I'm Feeling Myself by Beyonce, and I feel like you guys are going to be so empowered. And I love this for you guys, because I think this is such an important step that is ultimately going to lead to that like Pentacle energy, blessings energy, Nine of Pentacles energy, and just so much beauty in your life. So I'm really excited for you, pile 3. Let me know if it resonates in the comments. Drop it down below if it does, and also make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also, I want to link my Agent Nature article. It's a Q&A and an interview. So if you guys want to check that out and see a photo of me, that is linked in my bio as well. And I love their beauty products, so definitely check them out. And if you want to see more videos from me, check out my Patreon as well. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will be back soon for another reading, so make sure you're subscribed over here as well with notifications on. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 4. So if you guys picked this pink cake, this is going to be your reading. I'm guessing that this one is probably strawberry or maybe raspberry flavored underneath all this dusting of sugar, maybe powdered sugar, maybe some sprinkles, whatever you want to call it. But there's also this beautiful heart-shaped whipped cream, as well as a wafer, and what kind of looks like this tiny little mango, but it's way too small to be a mango, maybe a kind of berry that I never heard of. I do apologize for the artificial lighting, but it gets dark so early, so we just have no choice. But anyway, let's get right into your cards, guys. So you guys got Six of Pentacles, Death, Justice, Knight of Swords, and the World. So I can see that a major blessing for you is that something is ending in your life that you guys have been wanting to end. It seems like there's even an aspect of karma with this, with the Justice card coming in. I'm wondering if the Six of Pentacles here is indicating that this person may have had some financial power over you. It may have been, you know, a parent that bankrolled you but used that to control you, or a boss that would be very like withholding of your paycheck, or just be very like taking advantage of you and not paying you what they owe you, or, you know, someone in your life that just seemed to use money as a means of control, or as a means to get you to do things that weren't in your best interest. And it seems like you guys are putting an end to this, and you guys are saying no more. And it feels like that is going to really pay off for you guys and end in the World. So end in a lot of success and a lot of abundance. With the Knight of Swords, you guys may be getting some mental clarity about how you want to approach this situation. If you guys were kind of deluding yourselves like, oh, it can work, oh, it's not that bad, that is going to come to an end, and you're going to get the clarity you need to truly see this situation for what it is. And with the Knight of Swords, it feels like you guys are going to have the energy to take action, because the Knight of Swords is, you know, a younger card, not as young as the Page, but it comes in with a lot of energy and a lot of vitality. So it's not just going to be complacent. And it feels like maybe some of you guys were complacent about these situations. Maybe you were hoping for the best. I think something that happens a lot is people just are hoping a situation will somehow change. You know, it reminds me of, like, for me, when I broke my dishwasher, I just didn't really want to have like to call maintenance, because, you know, I always am like cleansing and saging my apartment, and I don't like, to be honest, to have like a ton of random energy in there. And I was like, well, I'll just hand wash the dishes and maybe my dishwasher is gonna fix itself. And, you know, eventually, of course, after a couple of days of that, I was like, this is not gonna just magically fix itself. I do have to call maintenance and have them come up and, tinker around and do what they got to do. But it's like so much of the time in life we do that, right? We're just kind of like, okay, maybe this person will somehow change. I know they're being really mean to me right now, but maybe they'll have some kind of a revelation and turn around. And it's like, no, people can change energy, but it takes a lot. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to get clarity on this and you're not going to tolerate the BS anymore. And it may be an ending with the death card coming in. That may mean that, you switch jobs or your relationship with someone ends. Maybe you guys, just exit out of a certain situation. Maybe that was a situation you were involved with for a long time, and maybe it's something you didn't necessarily want to leave, but for some of you guys, you might be welcoming in this change. All I know is that this change is going to happen. There is going to be an ending that I think ultimately is going to be such a blessing and lead to the world. So lead to abundance and success and happiness and joyfulness. So it's going to really pay off. And if you guys have been financially intertwined with this person, it's ultimately, I think, going to lead you to a much more positive place where you're not going to be dependent on someone for money. You're going to have your own money. You're going to have your own say of things. And it's going to take a load off your mind, because I think whenever we're reliant on like dysfunctional, crazy people, overly emotional, there's some people that like have negative emotions and they project it on everyone around them instead of taking responsibility for like, I'm in a really bad mood today. I think I'm stressed because of XYZ and I'm just gonna, I just need to fix this. They will not even understand that they're in a bad mood, and they'll just suddenly get in like a rage to everyone around them and be in a really bad mood and like stomp around and start fights. And I think that's such a dysfunctional energy to have to be around. And I'm getting that's the sense for some of you guys, is you're kind of beholden to someone that is very overly emotional and a little bit out of control. And it's like, that's going to end. You're going to have a lot more peace. You're going to have a lot more ability to relax. So let's get more cards. We got gateway, we got happiness, we got leadership, and we got courage. So maybe some of you guys have had to take a second backseat to this person. Like, I feel like sometimes, again, I'm getting narcissist vibes for some of you guys. When we're dealing with this kind of dysfunctional person that like has zero emotional regulation, a lot of times us being in our power sparks insecurity in them. A lot of these people are highly unconscious, so they don't even know what's going on. Again, they can't even process like, you know what, I think I'm stressed because I didn't hear back about XYZ project. And you know what? That's putting me in a bad mood. I'm going to just chill today. Or if you're like an astrologer or a tarot reader, like some of us here on YouTube, you might be like, oh, the moon is in this sign today. It's making me too emotional. Or the moon is over my Mars today, and I'm just getting like overly heated about small stuff. You know what I mean? You might process things through that. Unconscious people tend to not process that at all. They just know, like, they don't even know, but they're just suddenly in a bad mood. And sometimes that can be triggered by someone appearing better than them, or someone appearing to, have power. A lot of times these people honestly have trouble maintaining relationships. So it's like they have this deep fear of everyone leaving them, and they feel comfortable in relationships where there's a lopsided power balance, right? Where they're in control, they're giving someone money, or there's some reason why this person can never leave them. So when they see this person start to accumulate power of their own, start to come into independence, it triggers them and it makes them panic, like, oh my God, they're gonna leave me, everyone leaves me, oh my God, I gotta sabotage this. And so it may be that you guys are leaving this relationship behind, and now you're stepping into like, I'm powerful, I can do whatever I want. And if someone's triggered by that, if someone's triggered by me being in my power, that's a major red flag. I wouldn't even call it a red flag, more like a deal breaker, or just a heck no, because we need to be able to be an empowered energy to make the kind of life we want for ourselves. And if someone is wanting to hold you back from that, that's just something majorly wrong with that. And it's very dark-sided energy. So I feel like you guys are going to be moving away from this and stepping into this gateway that will lead to happiness. Part of this is going to take some courage. You guys are going to probably have to draw on some inner reserves of strength and of, fire energy, being bold, stepping into something strongly. But I feel like you guys really have it in you. I feel like there's going to be almost a breaking point for some of you guys, but it comes through as such a blessing, such a yes. Like, I'm not tolerating this anymore. I'm not doing it. This is like the straw that breaks the camel's back, but it's ultimately a blessing. Maybe not if you're the camel, but I don't know, there's a blessing in here. It's a good thing. This is something that needs to end, something that is going to end in a positive way, that's going to lead you guys more on your path towards abundance. It's a magical gateway coming in to lead you to your happiness, because right now, a lot of you guys are not capable of being aligned with happiness because you have this little hater holding you back from it. So this is very important that you guys leave this in the past, say goodbye to it, and step forward strongly towards the things that genuinely put a smile on your face and make you feel empowered. And if they have something bad to say about it, who cares? Because I feel like you guys are going to have much more power. You're not going to be able to be held back by them anymore. They may have tried to keep you out of alignment, but that is ending. So we also got blessings, justice, life purpose, happiness, and protection. So a lot of you guys have been protected from this energy. They may have tried to have it out for you, but it hasn't worked, and you are being protected by your guides and everything. I also feel like, again, justice coming in twice. So there's a lot of karma at play here. I can see that a lot of y'all have been done wrong by these people, and you know, spirit is going to even those scores. That's what justice is all about. That's why it's showing a woman, you know, balancing two, whatever they're called. I don't know, balancing two weights. So the scores are going to be settled. Things are going to be made even when they were lopsided. Maybe this person was taking from you and never giving back, but that's about to be switched up, and they're going to have it boomerang back onto them, and stuff is going to be taken from them and given to you. So yeah, this is a situation that I think spirit is saying needs to be rectified. Like, it's been unfair. It is unfair. It's been unfair for a while. It's been not okay. And it's time to put an end to it. So a lot of you guys have been protected from this situation. I'm seeing a team of people around you, guiding you and protecting you and hovering around you like a team of angels. So a lot of you guys have had this deep protection. I can feel a lot of you guys have very strong spirit guides. Actually, they're coming through really strongly. That's why I'm kind of channeling super intensely in this reading and just talking nonstop, is because like they are coming through really strong. Your guides are very much with you very loudly. And so you guys have been protected from this situation. It feels like a lot of these people tried to bring you down very deeply, very intensely, and it's like they've just completely failed, and they're going to fail even more because you guys are about to enter this gateway into the blessings, into the happiness, and possibly your life purpose. And they're just going to have to really be upset about this, because I feel like a lot of them didn't want to see you succeed at all. We're purposefully trying to take you off course from your life purpose. Some of you guys have a really strong, very important life purpose to heal the world, to help people very intensely. And it's like you have not been allowed to be in alignment with that. People have been trying to hold you back. They can see how special you are. They can see that you have this incredible purpose that is going to bless the world, and they don't like it. They want you to stay small in this little bubble underneath them, with them being the star and you being kind of subjugated underneath them. And you know, your guides are saying, oh no, this is going to end, and it's time for you guys to step into your power and find your destiny. Some of you guys, this may be on a widespread platform or something with the world coming through. That can indicate social media. So maybe YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or something like that, or just an online presence, or some kind of public figure of any kind, maybe even actor, singer, or I don't know, public speaker or something. But it seems like some of you guys are going to be getting this worldwide recognition, or this public recognition, that a lot of people are going to like rely on you for some of the things that you bring to this world. I feel like some of you guys are supposed to spread some kind of a message, spread some kind of information. You have this very important task, and you have been held back from it by these little haters, and that's going to be plucked out of your life and removed, just like, you know, someone tweezing out some hair or something. That's what I'm seeing, is like, you know, Dr. Pimple Popper or whatever, when they take the tweezers and they just grab something out of someone's skin, like it's like something that shouldn't be there, and that's what's going to happen. So these people are like little zits that need to be popped, and they are going to be. So we got journey by moonlight, believe in magic, protected by angels, you are cherished by the angels, joy and delight, open your heart to joy, wondrous universe, walk in beauty, and wandering path, enjoy the journey. So all of these came out. I was only going for 4 cards, but y'all got 5, because again, your guides are coming through really strong, and they did the same in the other deck as well. But yeah, it's like so much protection for you guys. Wow, you guys are majorly protected. And I kind of pulled the cards and then forget about them, so I forgot that protected came through twice. But Yeah, I can just see I literally am just seeing like all these angels lined up around y'all. I'm seeing the whole team, the whole squad is there. So probably, Archangel Michael, which is the Archangel of Protection, Archangel Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, Zadkiel, Chamuel, Raphael. I hope I got everyone. Sorry if I left anyone out, but those are the names that are coming to mind for you guys. I feel like you guys have so much protection, so many people looking out for you, probably ancestors as well. Maybe you guys could leave out a plate for your ancestors or practice thanking your ancestors and expressing gratitude towards them. Some of you guys might need to say something like that, really positive to your ancestors, thanking them for all the work they did for you and their protection, because I feel like a lot of your ancestors are really around you guys with you, and it's always good to pay tribute to them and thank them for whatever they've done in your life. And I feel like, they have gotten you through this time, and now we're coming into a much more beautiful time. Some of you guys have had a really hard life with a lot of hardship, and now Spirit wants to move you into a place of joy and delight. It says walk in beauty. So this is not about living some hardship life where everything is horrible and we're just getting through day by day and just struggling through it and just, oh, everything's horrible. This is about coming into a beautiful, abundant, happy, joyful life full of Venus energy, full of joy and beauty and all the good things, right? All the beautiful, magical things. We got believe in magic. Some of you guys are thinking that like, oh, this is never going to change. It's been like this forever. Oh, this will never switch up for me. I've always been like this. I've always had this suffering. And it's like, Spirit is like, oh, no, 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 no. That is going to end. And you guys are going to come into the most blessings, the most happiness, the most positivity. And I feel like you're going to all see it come to pass. You may have felt stuck in this stagnant energy, and the first step of coming out of it is believing that it's possible, believing that your guides have something special and beautiful, and claiming that energy and saying, I will be abundant, or I will be happy, or I will not be in this energy forever. I will be free. I will be whatever it is you want to bring in. So maybe you guys need to claim that. You need to believe in magic again, because some of these people have tried to bring you down and make you into like a pessimist who expects the worst in life. Sometimes that's what these evil people try to do, is they want to take away our kind of childlike joy and trust and make us think that like, oh, the world's all bad. Well, it's not. The world is a beautiful, miraculous place. And I think you guys are going to see these blessings, but you can maybe speed up this process by moving yourself into this energy of expecting the best soon. So expecting good things, expecting blessings, expecting joy and money and happiness. I think that will help you guys a lot to just have this process speed way up. So other cards we got are first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. New moon in Cancer, relax. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. And last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. So for some of you guys, these people have really done you wrong. And I think with forgive cards, I never like forgiveness as taught for like, just let someone stay in your life if they're toxic and just look the other way and just pretend it didn't happen. Like, that's not my interpretation of it. But when we forgive, it takes the burden off us in terms of just releasing it and not carrying it around ourselves, because it's not our burden to carry. It's not our karma to carry. It's all about them and their trash and their dysfunction. And it has really nothing to do with us other than the bad luck of being around them. I always compare those events to kind of like when you just randomly get stuck behind like a really douchey driver or something, or someone that, you're just randomly behind some like angry guy that decides to flip you off for no reason. And you're like, okay, anyway, like, it's like, that's just bad luck, right? You just came onto the highway at like the wrong time and this guy's crazy. And so maybe he's tailgating everyone and then flipping you off. And then it's like, it has nothing to do with you, you're just minding your business. And that's the same thing in life. It's like, you can encounter someone who's just really negative and nasty. And I think sometimes people internalize that, like, oh, there must be something wrong with me because they treated me this bad. And it's like, no, it has nothing to do with you. And that's why I think that's what forgive brings to mind, is like, release it, don't carry it around, because it's just a random thing of bad luck. It doesn't have anything to do with you as a person. You know what I mean? It's not your fault in any way, and it's not your burden to carry. It's not something you need to bring around of like, I can't believe this happened to me, I'm so upset. Learning to like align yourself with happy energy, not to say that we should be delusional and not process any trauma or anything, because we need to be honest with ourselves, but it's like being honest and then moving on. You know what I mean? Like being honest and being like, that person was so dysfunctional, they were a total mess, So anyway, I'm happy and I can't wait for this to happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can acknowledge it and you can remove it from your life and then realign your focus to like, okay, the things I want to bring in, the things I want to make happen in my life. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying for you guys is start, you might even try making a list. I kind of think it's a great idea. It's almost like when you're a kid and you make a list to Santa, like, dear Santa, I want a new bicycle, or I want a little dollhouse. Y'all know I like wanted a dollhouse, or some of you guys know that. Or I want XYZ, a new dress or something. Like, make that list of all the things you want to bring in for yourself and keep your focus aligned with that. Because I think sometimes dysfunctional people, they try to fight to get our attention because it's like a lot of them, no one's paying attention to them in the rest of their life because they're not interesting or great people and no one cares about them. You know what I mean? They're like a non-factor for everyone else. So they force themselves to be a factor in our lives by acting dysfunctional and crazy because they're desperate for that kind of attention that they can't get otherwise. And it's like that can be the harmful thing is that then we find ourselves spending time worrying about this person or thinking about like, what are they going to say? Oh my God, what's going to happen? Or like, I'm so upset because then they said this to me. And it's like, I'm not saying like, again, trauma is unimportant or what you went through isn't important, but I'm saying it's annoying how it takes people off their track. It's annoying for them because it's like they might have been on this amazing path to abundance, but now they have to spend all their time processing some stupid traumatic idiot who probably has issues, dating back to childhood and is like, a very low vibrational person that most people probably don't even want to deal with. And now this poor person who has had to come into contact with them is forced to like process them over and over and over and ruminate on them and think about like, why were they acting this way? And the reality is it's because they're a dysfunctional, crazy person, and move on and think about yourself. You know what I mean? So that's just a message I'm getting for some of you guys is like, focus on what makes you feel good make time for self-love. Focus on the things that will make you feel Venus, love, energy, make you feel pampered and fulfilled and joyful because you guys deserve all that stuff. And with first quarter moon in Sag, that's about believing in good luck, believing in Jupiter energy, believing that sometimes, blessings come raining down from the sky. With Saturn is hard lessons. Saturn is blessings that come from us working our tail off. And then after being like beaten down by Saturn for a few years, eventually Saturn will be like, okay, and then it'll reward us big time. But Jupiter rewards us for no reason whatsoever. And Jupiter is the ruler of Sag, in case you don't know why I'm just bringing up Jupiter randomly. So Jupiter is like winning the lottery or winning at a casino or just randomly someone being like, hey, by the way, like, you know what? You look like you're having a rough day and I want to give you this $25, like, I don't know, something like that, like just something randomly falling out of the sky. And I feel like it's like you guys need to see that you guys are just going to be paid back. You might have this idea that life is for suffering, life is for difficulty, and you need to get aligned with the idea that blessings come to you easily. They flow easily to you. Blessings are your birthright. You deserve everything. And Cancer can relate to family. So for some of you guys, this might be toxic family, or I could see also this being toxic coworkers, toxic people in general. But it's like all about relaxation. Cancer is very good at pampering themselves. Cancers are known for like being homebodies, and cancers are known for, it's literally related to the bed. So, a lot of cancers like never leave their bed. Obviously not like ever, but they love to be in bed. They love to be chilling, relaxed. They love to cook as well. And so kind of like Cancer knows how to make themselves feel good and have that cozy day in watching Netflix and, puttering around the kitchen, like cooking for themselves or whatever. Cancers are great at that. And so I feel like for some of you guys, this is about a little self-pampering, making yourselves feel good, and those blessings that will come as a result of you aligning yourselves with knowing that you deserve the best. Knowing that it's okay for you to do things that make you feel good, because I feel like some of the people in your life have tried to make you feel like you have to be this austere, very utilitarian person, like, oh, you think you're so entitled, or you think you're better, like you never work hard, you're lazy. And it's like, I don't think any of that, but I do deserve the best, and I will take care of myself, and I deserve to. So we got 7 of Cups, King of Swords, 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups, and finally 10 of Earth and Ace of Cups. So I love that this is kind of the beginning energy, and then it ends with 10 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. So yeah, so King of Swords can talk about kind of, that can be a really great card, but what's coming to mind for some of you guys is a very harsh male figure. It could be a harsh female figure too, more aligned with her masculine energy, but it feels like someone who's very harsh, very judgmental for you guys. And it feels like it's caused you a lot of pain with the Three of Swords. And I feel like a lot of you guys, this has caused you a lot of heartbreak, but what the Five of Cups means is you're crying over spilled milk kind of for no reason. Like you can see on this image of the card, this woman is crying about these 3 cups that have spilled the milk on the floor, but meanwhile there's 2 cups right here with a full jug of milk waiting. And if she would just kind of look up and realize like, oh, I have all this extra milk, I have these extra cups, and I'm gonna be fine, then she just wouldn't be crying. Like I feel like for some of you guys, you're very focused on this situation, and it's like y'all have so much abundance ready to come in. Look at this 10 of Pentacles, look at this Ace of Cups. This is about you guys aligning yourself with happy, joyful energy with the Ace of Cups, filling your cup, doing what makes you feel good. The Ace of Cups is showing a cup overflowing. So it's like what's coming to mind for me is Psalm 23, and one of the lines is my cup runneth over. And I quote this all the time in certain readings for you guys, but it says, he prepareth me a table in the presence of mine enemies. And so the point is also what's coming to mind with that is like spirit will be petty and like make these people have to watch you do well. So they might have to watch you come into 10 of Pentacles. They might have to watch you get money and success and reach abundance and have this beautiful life. And that might make them really mad, but that's okay. They're supposed to be. And then when it's, in Psalm 23, they don't just say, it's not just that one line of he prepareth me a table in the presence of mine enemies. It's he anointeth my head with oil, my cup runneth over. So, it's about spirit paying you back for everything that has been taken from you, everything that has been done bad for you. Spirit throwing down that Uno reverse card, sending it back in their direction and giving you the blessings that they wanted. So it's like, you guys need to get ready for that and align yourselves with that, because I feel like you have these blessings coming in. Once this ends, don't focus on being in pain when this ends. Leave this behind eagerly and, step into this new energy because it's so good for you guys. So let's get some astro dice. So we got the nodes, we got the 7th house, and we got Aries. So 7th house is ruled by Libra, aka Venus, or related to Libra. And then the nodes talks about destiny, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So Aries is all about new beginnings. It's the 1st house. It is all about a fresh start. It's ruled by Mars, so that means that it comes through with strong energy, fire energy, enthusiastic energy, bold, young energy. It's not stodgy. It's not stagnant. It's not boring. It's all about that fresh, bold step forward. And I feel like that's what you guys need to take. Some of you guys need to leave this dynamic behind and openly embrace these new blessings coming in. 7th house can talk about relationships, so can Libra, and also Venus energy, which is all about abundance, all about feeling good. I feel like you guys really need to do stuff to make yourselves feel good, and we got Libra there as well, and that one said make time for self-love. So you guys really need to find time to kind of pamper yourself, treat yourself with the love. Maybe you never got the love you needed from your parents or from other people in your life, and that caused a big hole in your heart, but guess what? You can fill that, spirit can fill that, and you can treat yourself the way you wished someone else treated you. And you can turn a curse into a blessing of like, you know what? I'm not going to be aligned with this. I deserve better. And so I feel like that's something that spirit wants you to know. This is a beautiful, powerful destiny moment for you guys with the nodes that talks all about destiny and stepping into our highest possible outcome for ourselves. That's going to be a really incredible moment. And so I feel like even though this may feel like a hardship initially, and you might be like, oh, I can't believe this ended, or I can't believe this happened, know that it is for your best and highest good. So let me get some final cards for you, pile 4. Can we get some final cards for pile 4? So we got Eyes of the Eagle, rising above the fray. Joyful Muse, inspiration. Blessings for pile 4. First breath, beginner's mind, and fortune's wheel. Okay, so like seriously, luck energy, Jupiter energy coming in for you guys. That is all about Jupiter and luck and right timing. So it's like you guys are going to see these luck and blessings come in. I feel like some of you guys when you least expect it, or it's just going to come in as this beautiful shock and surprise, and you guys deserve it so much with beloved radical acceptance. I feel like that is all about you guys accepting and loving yourselves and showing yourselves the love love that, again, you might not have ever got. But don't let these people go into your head and make you feel like there's something wrong with you because they're so unloving and they're so incapable of love. That's their own trauma, their own dysfunction, and they will get karma for it. And it has nothing to do with your value as a person. I feel like with First Breath Beginner's Mind, Spirit really wants you guys to have this open, fresh attitude of knowing you deserve blessings. Like a little kid is very, like expecting the best. Like they'll say like, Mom, I want a popsicle or whatever, they are not just like, oh, whatever, I'll just sit here. Like when a baby, needs food, it cries. Or when a baby is tired, it cries. It's very like demanding. And it's kind of like Spirit wants you to accept or expect the best and know that you deserve that. And with rising above the fray, I also feel like there's a message that like, don't get engaged in fights with these people. Just maybe leave them behind and step into your best destiny, because I feel like you guys have so many blessings coming towards you, and focus on those, welcome those in, and don't let this person or persons engage you in like an argument or get you down into the mud, because you deserve so much better than this. And there's no reason to fight with them. What's coming to mind is that phrase, I forget who said it, but it's like, never wrestle with a pig, you get all dirty, and what's worse, the pig likes it. So it's like, it's so true. There's no point in getting down in the mud with someone that is just gonna love that. Stay high vibe and stay aligned with your purpose, your joy, and what makes you feel good. So I really hope that helped. Pile 4, let me know if it resonated in the comments. What an interesting, super strong channeled reading for you guys. Wow, it just came in so strongly for me. And so give it a big thumbs up if it resonated. And also I want to mention that I do have that article with Agent Natur that just came out that is a Q&A, an interview with me, and it also has a photo of me. So if you guys are curious what I look like behind the hands, you can check that out. It's an amazing company with like the best beauty products. I use them every day. So check it out if you guys want to get some holistic beauty tips as well. But anyway, also check out my Patreon. Link is in my bio for that if you want to see more of my readings, and make sure you're subscribed over here if you want to see more readings over here. So I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.